Getting it real with RealChunWai on the hottest topics, frank, engaging, and candid. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
如果唱主題曲唔唱上海灘就一定得啦，係咪？浪奔浪流，萬里滔滔江水永不休。
Malaysia and followers from around the world, this is RealChunWai. I'm back again after a long time. Welcome back to the show. With us today is the one and only iconic Frances Yip. Okay.
Oh, thank you. You're so kind.
She's going to share with us some really interesting news, and I mean it really interesting. So, welcome on board, Frances. How are you?
I'm very well. I am currently in Hong Kong. I will be coming to KL very soon with Maria and Elisa for a show up at Genting. But I have been busy this year. This year marked my 55th year as a recording artist. So wow. It's been a very busy time.
I wasn't born yet. No, it's not true. Of course, I've been following
well, look, to be fair, I'm 77. I can't deny that. So that's okay.
I follow all your songs, okay? Now, I understand that you have a fantastic story to share with us. Please tell your followers, your fans, and all of us about this new single that's coming up.
Well, okay. Because this year is my 55th year as a recording artist, and my current record label with whom I have been recording for the last 7 years is called Wow Music. And they decided that we should have a theme for the concert. And the theme should be gratitude, because I felt I've been very fortunate to have been able to work for so long in the business with so many wonderful people, and I should say thank you. So my recording company, Wow Music, has a lot of contacts in Indonesia because they're expanding their business. So they decided to bring to Hong Kong a very talented, very established Indonesian songwriter called Yovil. And they brought him to Hong Kong last year. At the end of last year, we had a meeting and a workshop. We spent a day together in the studio with Yovil and my record producer, Michael Au. The three of us were in the studio, and Yovil was tingling on the piano, and he plays some melodies, and I tried to sing along and basically get to know each other. And then he got to listen to my range and what sort of voice is best and what sort of melody might fit. And then he went away, and it took 2 months, and he wrote a beautiful melody for me. So after we got the melody, we found a very, very good Hong Kong lyricist. And the song is called Gratitude. In Chinese, it's called 感恩, which means grateful. And the song is written as a love song, but in actual fact, it sort of represents all the feelings in my heart to thank all the maestros that I've worked with, because I want to thank them for being there, traveling this road with me. And also to the people I love, like my husband, to say I'm so grateful because you have been there, you made it possible for me. And also with you being there, I didn't have a lot to worry about. And so all of these were written into the song. And the Cantonese song came out, and it was used to publicize the concerts. And the concerts went on in Hong Kong in the Queen Elizabeth Stadium on the 3rd and the 4th of August. So after that, we've got this wonderful melody. And of course, well, Yovil, who is a wonderful composer of love songs, he said, I think I should write some Bahasa lyrics for the song. Can you sing in Bahasa? I say, well, yes, I can sing in Bahasa. I have sung Bahasa. I know the first Bahasa song I ever sang was Widuri. And then, of course, I've done O Di Mana, Rindu Bayangan, a lot of the Bahasa songs I have done before. So he spent a few more months, and now we have got Cinta Kita, which is a love song for us, with the same melody but Bahasa lyrics. So I have actually recorded it. He came to Hong Kong, and he was in the studio with me, and we made a music video. So now he's doing the final mix. He's putting a lot of extra instruments on it to make it grand. So we're waiting for the final cut. Hopefully, with everything working together, we should be able to have it on Spotify by about the 10th of December. So I'm very excited about that, because it's been a long time since I released anything, especially in Bahasa. I mean, the last time I had one was in 1984. So it's so many years ago, So this will be very exciting.
So Francis, just to get it right. So this song by Yowie Widianto, very famous Indonesian composer. How much would it be different from the Cantonese version and this Malay version, which is called Cinta Kita, Our Love? How much difference would it be, or is this similar?
Quite different. The one in Hong Kong, in Cantonese, it's all about thanking someone very special. Whereas Cinta Kita is basically about the two of us, our love that we share. It's so beautiful. It's long lasting.
Sure.
It's like the flowers. So he really did a lot of deep thought into the song to make it really, really pretty. And the arrangement is very grand. So I'm very grateful for him. Yeah.
So when you sing this particular song, singing it in Malay is quite easy, because it's the language is Romanized.
Yes.
So it's quite easy to pronounce it. Did you
Yes.
have to understand the meaning
Oh,
behind it?
yes.
So you
Oh,
can
yes.
put your soul and emotion to it?
Yes, I have got the lyrics in translated, because I found that previously, when I was recording the Bahasa songs, I also had the lyrics translated. I also had somebody who spoke the language in the studio with me, so that I know what they're talking about. They know what I'm singing, right? I really understand the lyrics, and I understand the translation. And also, he was in the studio, so he had to. Singing in the Indonesian Bahasa is a little bit different to the Malay.
Slightly. Yeah.
Yeah, there are some intonations that are a little bit different. So it was actually very pretty. I really enjoyed it.
Your fans, your supporters are mostly people who understands Cantonese and
Yes.
or Mandarin. So
Yeah.
what would be actually your target audience with the release of this song?
Well, I'm relying on the record company to actually find someone who can actually release it. What we will do most likely is have it on Spotify, so that we can people can access it and also can listen to it, and then also put it on YouTube with the with the music video, so people can enjoy it. I do have a fair number of fans in Malaysia who will speak Bahasa, so maybe they can appreciate that too. I'm hoping they would.
Definitely. Will we have a chance to listen to this song when you perform in Genting on the November 30th? Will we have a chance to listen?
No, because I'm working with the other two ladies. It wouldn't be very fair for me to say, I'm launching this, it's one of three, so I have to behave.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Well, just to recall when you sang Viduri, what was it like for you to perform your version of that song?
Well, I learned that song the very first time I went to perform in Indonesia. And I was in Jakarta for a month. And wherever I go to perform, I would sing one of the local songs, because if you try, even though your pronunciation might not be absolutely perfect, people do appreciate your efforts.
Yes. Yeah.
So I sang the first time I sang that in Jakarta, and they loved it. So I thought, and
Yes.
it's such a beautiful song, you know.
Beautiful.
So
Yeah.
I learned that was the first one I learned, and then later on when I did the Discovery album, I put that in, and I also and then on the first Discovery album was Bengawan Solo, but of course
Yeah.
Bengawan Solo is very very famous in Mandarin.
Yes.
Solo
Correct.
Heban. So
Yeah.
I also sing that in Mandarin as well. So it was a really nice touch. And I felt, you know, it's wonderful to be able to communicate with the people in Jakarta, and they appreciate the fact that I've learned this song. So it got me closer to them.
Absolutely. Now, coming back to your show, that's coming out, what can we expect from this show? Because the three of you seems to be a fantastic combination.
Yeah, we are we're great buddies, the three of us. We've worked together now for 16 years, you know, it's a long time. And I don't know if you remember when we started, we were the 4 Asian divas. It included Anita Sarawak.
Mm.
And the first time, it was Genting who put us, the four of us together, the very first time. And then they also took us around on their ships. And also we did Singapore, Bangkok, Hong Kong. I think the first 18 months, we did 9 shows all over the place. So it was a really good working relationship. And then after Hong Kong, it was easier to work the three of us because we're all from Hong Kong, and Anita wasn't always available. So we then became the 3 divas. Maria is extremely funny, and she would just say what's on her mind. You know, she wouldn't sort of hesitate and think. I'm the straight person out of the 3. I have to keep them on the straight and narrow because the 2 of them will just, you know, and Elisa's also very funny. She's also very fast. But when I realize that they've sort of detoured somewhere, then I have to bring them back to, okay, right, I also keep an eye on the time because they can go off and talk for a long time, you know. So whenever we work together, they always make me laugh so hard. I mean, I've had situations when I could barely sing. I mean, they were just so funny, the 2 of them together. But the best part is we each have our own style. And when we do our own little segment, you can, you know, go all out and do songs that your fans like. But when we do work together, we gel very well too. So for me, working with the 2 of them is like a party. I really have a good time. I don't have to work very hard.
So a lot of the comments, the spoken words are quite impromptu, if I'm correct.
Terribly spontaneous improvisation, especially with Maria.
Francis, you know that we were talking about your new songs, you know, and that I've always wondered that Xiong Tan is such an iconic song, you know, that people expect you to sing old songs which they can identify. So every time there's a new song, they like, okay, I've got to tolerate this, you know, I got to, okay, never mind, let's sing her new songs. And I was at a concert and I found that, well, this Genting crowd, you were singing West End songs, okay? Many of these musicals they probably have not seen before, or they're not sure about it. And of course, let's put up with it. Let's put up with Francis and her West End songs, okay? How do you feel when you have to keep on singing these old songs, which all of us actually like?
Well, I always enjoy it because part of doing the show is to enjoy the pleasure of sharing something with them. This is something that I thrive on. I enjoy the spontaneity. I love the rapport with the audience. So, okay, like I always try and sing. So, I mean, 55 years is a long time. So I do some of the older songs like 给我一个吻, 相思河畔, you know, all of these golden oldies in Mandarin. And also, I also do shanghai tan, of course. I always do shanghai tan because people expect that. And they would be disappointed
to listen to the song.
Yes, if I don't sing it, you know, they would be so disappointed. So I feel that I enjoy singing these songs for them because without these songs, they wouldn't be my fans. So I'm very grateful. And also, when I do these songs, they're singing along with me. And very often I would suggest to Genting to have the lyrics up there, and then they can sing along with me with all of these golden oldies. And it's really lovely. And of course, every now and again, I would, put in a Broadway show. As you say, I sing Memory, I sing Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. And there are people in the audience who have heard of these songs, and they have heard my recordings of these before, and they enjoy it. So it's wonderful. You cater to all the tastes. What I generally do when I'm planning a concert, like in Genting or in Singapore, I will ask them, how are you advertising it? Are you advertising more in the English paper or the Chinese paper? And they'll give me an idea. Now with Genting, because the majority of their advertisement is either on the way up the hill or in their own newsletter. So their membership is predominantly Chinese. So the Chinese content of a concert that I do there would be more Cantonese, some Mandarin, and very little English. But if I'm doing it in Singapore and they're advertising it in the Straits Times, and they anticipate like a 50-50 mix, then I change the program. So I always try and find out the audience profile so that I can adapt and plan the program accordingly. Yeah.
With Genting, they don't even need to advertise. It's a full house. And they just tell the members and it's full. It's
very,
sold
very
out.
fortunate because their membership base is so large, so that we work in the arena of stars. It's a 5,000-seater, and generally every time we go up there, they said we didn't have to advertise. We just, so we're very lucky that way.
What about the media who keeps on asking you the same question about shanghai Tan? I read about the same thing a few weeks ago in the South China Morning Post. It sounded like something that we've discussed before and read somewhere before, but it's always the one and only topic, shanghai Tan. So how do you feel about it? Are you tired?
No, not tired at all. You see, a lot has been written in Chinese about Shanghai Tan, but in the South China Morning Post, it hadn't. In fact, this is the 20th anniversary of James' death. So there's been a lot of interest about the work that he's done with Joseph. One of the museums in Hong Kong put on curated an exhibition called The Soundtracks of Our Life. 5 songs from their collaboration, which they've built into a huge exhibit, including period rooms decorated in the style of the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. And then you can go into that room, and everything in that room is decorated with items from that period. And one of their famous songs is called Under the Lion Rock, 西极山下. And they have this room, which they built this room with the view of the Lion Rock in the window. And then when you go inside, you can hear this song. And then if you sit down for a little while, then you'll hear the aeroplanes flying overhead because it's right next to Kai Tak Airport.
Okay.
So the curator has put a lot of effort into this exhibition, and it went on, I think, it went on for more than 3 months, and it had a huge number of people visiting it. So this is the reason why then the South China Morning Post had gone into a lot of research, and they interviewed me. But the Chinese press know the story, but the English press, they don't. This is why recently it's been in the paper.
Francis, you have done a lot of concerts in Kuala Lumpur and in Asia, in ASEAN rather. Have you been performing in China?
Yes, I've worked predominantly in Guangdong, the province of Guangdong, because Hong Kong is part of Guangdong, so it's quite easy. I think before COVID, I did concerts in Zhongshan, Fatshan, Punyu, Shenzhen, then of course Macau. So these are sort of the usual areas that we can work quite easily because they listen to Cantonese radio. They get the radio from Hong Kong, and also in Guangdong, the radio station will also play Cantonese songs. So the following is for Cantonese canto pop, really. So
Yes.
I have worked there, but I'm hoping perhaps next year we could do one in Shanghai. Because Shanghai Tan, go to Shanghai Tan.
Yes.
Shanghai Tan.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would be really nice. Yeah.
Oh, it will be good. It must be a full orchestra too.
Yes. We will certainly work towards that. Yeah.
I will be there. Definitely for sure.
Thank you.
Now, what about when you talk about audience in different cities and region, they have different likes, when you perform in America or in Canada, what would they look for?
When I will be going to California, working in 2 casinos in Chinese New Year. So again, I would ask them, are you advertising more to the papers, to the people from Taiwan or the people from Hong Kong, Malaysia, Singapore? So it's general mix. So because depending on the promoter, if the promoter is a Taiwanese, then there will be more Taiwanese people there. Then, of course, there will be slightly more percentage of Mandarin songs. But because many of them grew up with my music, and in the earlier recordings, I did it in English. So I will also put in some like the old Connie Francis favorites. And of course, they would also appreciate things like Memory from Cats. They love stuff from the Broadway musicals. They also love. So there'll be snippets of that too. So if I know the audience profile, I can plan it quite well.
Sure. So apart from that, what have you been doing personally? Are you still on the golf course?
I'm on the golf course 3 times a week.
Wow.
This year, 2024 has been a very busy year. I was in Hong Kong for quite a long time because in April, I celebrated with the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra. They celebrated their 50th anniversary, and they wanted to dedicate one part of the concert to James and Joseph's compositions. So Elisa and I teamed up together. We did the opening, and it was absolutely fantastic. We had 120 musicians on stage, and it was in the Coliseum. And the sound and the stage presentation was so beautiful. I sang, obviously, I have to sing Shanghai Tan, but the backdrop for the Shanghai Tan, AI is very new, right? So, the LED was just, so, it was absolutely wonderful. It was fantastic. It was big. It was imposing. And then the music was fantastic. So I did 4 concerts with them at the end of April. Then I stayed and I came to KL. I did one in where did I work? Oh, the Megastar Arena. Yeah, in Sungai Wong. And then I also did one in Macau for their arts festival. So then I went back to Sydney for June because it is my husband's 80th birthday. So we had a big party planned. I took a month off and spent it with him. Then I came back in July, did a lot of promotion work for the concerts in August. And then after the concerts in August, I also I went somewhere else to work. I can't even remember now. There's so many things happening. And then in October, because it's my birthday, I went back to Sydney and I took 2 months off. So now I'm in Hong Kong on my way to you.
Thank you. So we will get to see you this Saturday, okay? Now, we get to celebrate the year end with you. We are so happy and privileged, okay? Now, what are your plans for Christmas, the New Year, and perhaps give us a glimpse of what's coming in 2025?
Well, Wow Music is taking care of 2025 as well. They've been really wonderful to me. When they first came to me when I was 68, they said they wanted to record me. And I said, what? Do you know how old I am? And they said, oh, we know how old you are, but you're an icon. We want to record you. And they've been really, really creative with their work with me. They've got Michael Au, who is a wonderful producer. He produced all of Jackie Cheung's records and So they've been sourcing new material for me. So for an artist of my era and my age to be still recording new material, it's a truly, truly wonderful experience. So I'm very grateful to them, and they're looking after me. So they're planning. At the moment, I think there are 4 concerts planned for next year, early next year, March, I think, March, April, May, that period. It will involve not Hong Kong. It will involve China, some parts in China, Macau, and then there may be one in Australia as well, because I haven't done anything in Australia for about 7 years. So it's about time I do something in Sydney. But these are things that are being planned right now. But for Christmas, I will be in Sydney with my grandchildren, because Sydney Christmas is very different. It's hot.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And we eat seafood. We eat oysters. We eat sashimi. We eat prawns. And it's fantastic. You know, it's a very different experience. It's a very different atmosphere to the usual Christmas. So I'm hoping, if this new single works really well, to do a showcase in Jakarta again, because it's been a long time since I've been to Indonesia. So with your will, this may well happen. Wish me luck.
And if Shanghai happens, I'll be there. Now,
finally, good. Yeah, I will certainly keep you informed.
Finally, Frances, before we conclude this, when you come to Kuala Lumpur, what type of food do you look for?
Oh, I only allow myself 1 bowl of laksa, right? Now, when I finish the concert, I will have 1 piece of durian, but not before. It's definitely after. I don't want to lose my voice. I love durian. I love laksa, but you know, I cannot indulge. I have to be really, really good.
According to my food sources, they told me that you have been frequenting a restaurant in Mont Kiara which serves very good chili crab. Is that true?
True. It is true. That's the other one that I absolutely love. I think, if I remember correctly, years ago, we used to eat chili crabs at the end of the runway. You remember, at the airport?
Yeah.
That was years ago now. I don't know what happened to them. They might still be there.
Your selection of the Regent restaurant in Mont Kiara is very good. Absolutely good. So enjoy yourself. I'll see you this Saturday. Have a good time.
Oh, yes. Looking forward to it.
So followers, please share and like and subscribe to RealChunWai. Thank you, Frances. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.